What if, right? You, sitting in the classroom, chatting with your friends. Suddenly a girl appears, wanting to have a PvP match game that you're good at during your old days, but you were reluctant and yet still plays with her whims. Well, that's the dodgin' I have for you today. Well, the story starts at the girl bows introducing herself as Ayanna Satoki. She is a first-year Section C and that she is a graduate from Warabi Middle School. Kosho is surprised that a girl like her graduated from the same school as him. While bowing, Ayanna requests Kosho to have a match against her at the PSP game called Starfighters. The game reminded his past that he was once a mofag and purely otaku, that is. But he realized that the so-called youth is once in a lifetime. Then he thought and realized that the way how he lives isn't the best. Thus he reforms and seals away his otaku degenerate stuff and proceeds to do motivational work to become a new man. Thus he is now a normal man. Kosho, throughout his glow-up, attempted to make a comeback at a place far away from his hometown. That being said, he thinks, why does Ayanna knows his past and wants to play with him? As the time runs out, the game picks the cute anime gal Luna Tan. His friends thought of it as a nerdy pick, but he denies it, whilst looking at his friends. The game chooses it from him. His friends say chill out bro, prompting Kosho to look back at the game. While the game starts, he thinks that it's better not to play it seriously since he will be giving himself away. Thus he decides to lose quickly. But as the game progresses, Luna Tan keeps losing HP, his otaku aura comes out, and determining to not let Luna Tan be in harm's way anymore, he gives his best to defeat Ayanna. Quickly turning the tables, Ayanna loses the game. She says that her senpai is strong and that she did her best at the game. Kosho is worried that his secrets are out. But his friends were impressed that he is good at gaming. The bell rang and he returns the PSP, saying he doesn't play games anymore, as if giving Ayanna a cold shoulder. But he wonders Ayanna might be feeling lonely since it's her first year at this school. But his thoughts were misplaced and that this girl doesn't need any sympathy from him. Ayanna turns back, prompting to leave, but when she's about to go out, she turns back asking what anime does he watch this season. Of course, Kosho exclaims that he doesn't watch any anime. Man, this dude is sad. Thus he decides to avoid her. To be precise, he doesn't want his peaceful life to be disturbed. But every time Kosho is at the vicinity of Ayanna, Ayanna either senses Kosho or calls out to him. Kosho is intimidated of her. He thinks that Ayanna just wants to be friends with him. But Kosho doesn't know anything about Ayanna and that he finds her mysterious. Or perhaps Ayanna is a Yankee and she will bribe our boy. Kosho, during lunch, he sits at the staircase thinking that he has been running away from her. He is discouraged that he will be spending his lunch at the staircase, trying his best to avoid her. He recounts their last week's encounter and that his friends now know that he pro-good gamer. Along with his worries, he is saddened by the possibility that she might share his past with his friends. Then suddenly Ayanna creeps out of the corridor. Kosho realizes that perhaps something like this has happened before, but he cuts his thinking, realizing that Ayanna has caught up to him and he should be focusing her. But oh boy, Ayanna sits beside him, prompting Kosho to slide to the left. Ayanna wants to know why Kosho becomes a new man. Kosho is taken aback by Ayanna's unexpected question, to which she adds, "Do you aspire to become a popular man?" However, Kosho simply thought of what's like to be a decent student. While looking at Kosho, Ayanna wants to know if it's going well. To that, Kosho admits while being shy that he was able to make friends. As for the females, he wasn't because he didn't man up. Ayanna is confused to know why Kosho was not be able to get female friends. Declare that she is a female herself, or let's say a girl. Kosho is perplexed and hesitant, but admits that she is right. Like, really man. As Ayanna slides to the left, the space between them shrinks. She asks what comes next after talking to a girl, and that caught him off guard. While shrinking to the corner, Ayanna proceeds to pressure him and asks what kind of stuffs that Kosho wants to do. While staring at her eyes, Kosho doesn't know what to reply, but when he stares at Ayanne's lips, he says stuffs like kissing to complete the sentence. Ayanna states that he doesn't follow the golden rule of baby steps. Kosho giggles and admits that he is skipping steps and that he wants to do stuffs like kisses. But to his surprise, Ayanna kisses him directly. Ayanna says he can scratch out the kiss on his list. Kosho is flabbergasted and didn't understand what is happening in front of him. Staring at Kosho's eyes, she says that little contact from earlier may not satisfy him, and that she suggests doing the forbidden technique. Without letting him reply back, she does it. Kosho's thoughts are in haywire. He doesn't comprehend what's happening anymore and that he just knows one thing, and that he is kissing a girl right now. As his staff releases its pre-energy. During the state of haywire, he is able to collect few of his thoughts and push Ayanna out, prompting to pause for a moment. But he realizes that his right hand touches her baba. He rushed to releases his hand on it, asking for forgiveness, but Ayanna says that it's okay and that she has given an approval touch it directly. Staring at it, he realizes Ayanna's packs quite a beauty and that she is beautiful and cute. But he stops reflecting about it and contemplates to know what they are doing doesn't make any sense, and that he thought Ayanna has sullied him, to which Ayanna finds it perplexed. Though she misunderstood it, she requests to Kosho to showcase his staff, but he refutes it. Ayanna's facial expressions changes into that of a delinquent and declares that if he doesn't show it, she will reveal his secret to anyone. Kosho's worst fear comes alive, and that it is blackmail as well. Out of fear, he unsheathes his staff and Ayanna sees if it's in its awakened state. But Kosho says it isn't, since due to fear. Kosho thought that his life if over, but to his surprise Ayanna is bothered that his staff has shrunk, yet she is already awakened due to the kissings. Then she sips that dried ice cream to awaken its staff. Ayanna felt relieved that his staff has awakened. Kosho notices Ayanna seems happy. Ayanna states that she will add more energy to the staff so that it would be fully awakened. Then she proceeds to round 2. Kosho is pleased and that makes Ayanna happy. Kosho wonders why smiley face is she making. To satisfy his curiosity he asks it, but Ayanna interrupts him and slides her meat inside, and proceeding due to the deed finally. During at the middle of the deed, Ayanna confesses while riding Kosho's staff. She is glad that she is able to confess, but the bell rang. Kosho says that they should go back, but Ayanna mediates that his staff is fully awakened and hard, and then proceed to continue doing the deed, and that makes it their second time. Fast forward. Kosho confesses as well and releases the energy of his awakened staff. Ayanna is super happy and makes her tear falls from her cheeks. Then suddenly Kosho remembers an event of his old days, where he is playing his game alone on the bench. He overhears the girls going home, and that they will leave one girl behind. She's facing bullying, enduring hurtful comments that claim she doesn't understand, and that no one will support or care about her. They're calling her as gloomy and weird. Kind of like those otaku vibes that our dude's young self gives off. Kosho can't understand the reason why the girl hangs out with those bully friends of her, though he should be going home. But instead he goes off where the girl is hiding, saying that their game is finished and that she is good at hiding. Don't know what to add to his sentence. He says that playing games on his own or being alone with only games is enjoyable. She can have fun and enjoy video games. The little girl stares at him. She began to cry. Confused, Kosho tries to make the girl ease her tears and that he suggests playing a game with him, but the girl continues to cry. After some time, the little girl falls to sleep at Kosho's shoulders. After that day, Kosho didn't see the little girl. Now Ayanna sleeps at Kosho's shoulders while they are heading home. Kosho thoughts that it too much of a coincidences and that he must have seen too much anime or games with this kind of plot or story.